Now, you know me, I'm not one given over to foul and inappropriate language, but it is fudging hot today, I have to say. It's extremely hot. I say extremely hot. It's over 30, but it's just it's just so hot. Poor Elvis is suffering a bit, bless him. When it gets hot like this, it tends to kind of give him stomach problems, and we've had to deal with that yesterday. Luckily, touch wood, today you've been a bit better, haven't you? Haven't you? Come here. Come here. Can everybody? Can you see people? What are you doing? No? You see? Doesn't want to come up. Let's try a fake sneeze, see if he comes up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Stop hiding from everybody. There we go. Yeah. Oh dear. What are you doing? What are you doing? Say hello. Say hello, everybody. Yeah, it's probably a bit weird for people if they can see Vin from Revenant Reads on my t-shirt there. You can also see me and Elvis. It was my Historathon t-shirt that I had made up. Anyway, everybody, apart from, sorry for that little interaction. You're probably thinking, what is this video about? Not another BookTube reading event. Surely not. There must be enough already. Well, I don't know. I was, I forget, was it last month or 2 months ago? I read the last book in the Carla trilogy by John le Carré. So that was Smiley's People, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved that. I love all this Cold War espionage stuff, and it got me thinking. There are so many events going on in BookTube, but you never see really anyone. There are one or two. I've seen some BookTubers do read Le Carré or Tom Clancy and people like that, but they're very in the minority. You don't see too many channels reading that. And I thought, well, there is such a wonderful amount of kind of spy fiction, Cold War fiction, Cold War non-fiction, all that kind of stuff. That it would be wonderful to do a reading event around it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Book Time with Elvis with me, Mark, and not briefly, he's still here, but and Elvis, of course, who you saw briefly earlier. So I thought I should start this event. Now, I have no idea if anyone else is interested in hosting it with me. If you are interested in being a co-host, drop a message to me either in the comments or in Vox or something like that. I don't think I have an action-packed November. I know I am involved with a couple of things, but one of the reasons I thought this would work out well is because it can fit in with some other ongoing events. Now, in this case, as I say, I'm quite happy to keep it open to espionage and Cold War fiction and non-fiction, because then, of course, it would fit in with the final part of Historathon 2023, wonderful year-long event hosted by Vin from Revenant Reads and a host of other people, but also it could fit in with Nonfiction November as well. And yeah, so that's why I'm saying you can read any kind of non-fiction related to the Cold War and espionage and things like that. And there's a whole load of good stuff out there. But also, for fun, it would be fun to read the fiction. There's some wonderful espionage, Cold War fiction, from the likes of course, John le Carré, Graham Greene, Alan Furst, Charles Cumming, Joseph Cannon, among others, and loads of people I could have mentioned. Some of it, or at least just thinking, if you really want to take it further, you could do anything, I suppose. If we take the Cold War, so to speak, with the advent of the Russian Revolution of 1917. So if you could do from 1917 through to 1989, that would be great. And of course, I didn't even mention the fiction author that this event would be basically named after, which of course is Ian Fleming and his James Bond books. The Cold War, in a big sense, ended in November 1989. It ended with the fall of the Berlin Wall. I think it was the 9th November, if memory serves me right. The fall of the Berlin Wall on the 9th of November. And then, in my own case, I live here in the Czech Republic, formerly the Czechoslovakia, and the communist regime of Czechoslovakia was overthrown in the Velvet Revolution, starting on November 17th, 1989. And I think with the end of the Cold War, we kind of lost really a genre, especially when the Soviet Union properly collapsed in 1991. You couldn't really justify at that time, I suppose, for a while the Soviets and the communists being the baddies, right? Because they'd ceased to be. Perhaps things are changing again a bit now, but it got a bit kind of delicate if you were making a James Bond film and all the baddies were Russians or other Eastern or Central Europeans, because they were then on our side, kind of, so to speak, and certainly now in former communist Europe, a lot of them are members of the European Union, and we kind of lost being able to have baddies in books who were Polish or Russian or Czech or whatever. So I think this kind of literature and nonfiction deserve to be celebrated. It's an era that's extremely interesting, and I think, as I say, November's a perfect time for that, seeing as it was basically the end of the Cold War, or at least the final nail in its coffin. And therefore, who have you got? You've got Len Deighton, I guess. Len Deighton? Yeah, and who's another one? Completely forgotten his name. Oh, it doesn't matter. You'll know. I'll put out a video with some suggestions about it later. So I decided to call it Dr. November. I was thinking of like Double November or something like that, but yeah, I just don't know. I thought it was the best time to do it. The best name I could think of anyway. And so that's it. So join me and whoever else wants to be a co-host for an event celebrating the art of writing Cold War, 1917 onwards to 1989 espionage novels, as well as any kind of non-fiction that encompasses that era as well. So let me know in the comments if you're interested. I know it's like 5 months early, but if you want to get something done on BookTube, it's good to give people some notice. So thanks very much, and I hope I get a decent response for such an event. So do take care, everybody, and see you all again soon, and stay cool. Bye bye.